Hello, YouTube. We're back. We are back. Welcome to the Reprioritizing Self YouTube channel, where we discuss tips, strategies, and the real ish that comes with reprioritizing ourselves in this society. This channel is for any and everyone who does an amazing job at putting everyone else around them at the top of the list, taking good care of them, right? But always ends up either not making the list themselves or putting themselves at the bottom of the list. I am Kiera. I'm a healer and a trauma healing coach.
And I'm Larisha. I'm a counselor, wellness facilitator, and founder of With Love LC. And we are your co hosts. So, today on this episode, we're envisioning a liberated life with our very special guest, Ashley McLemore. We will explore if there really is a such thing as a work life balance, and if so, how do we achieve it? Ashley's here to spill the tea, y'all. So we about to learn. Does it exist?
I'm excited. Stick around, please, to the end of the episode, y'all. And as usual, we are going to have a crystal, an affirmation, and a journal reflection question for you to support you on your healing journey. So stick around for that at the end. But I would love to hear more about Ashley, and I know our audience wants to know, what is this? What is this all about? And who is this guest?
Yes. So we're super excited to welcome Ashley to the show today. So Ashley McLemore, also known as Begin with Ashley on Instagram, is a coach and DEI advisor. She founded Begin, and their mission is to erase toxic company culture so that those historically excluded are liberated in their work and life, empowering professionals and companies to ditch toxic practices without losing their values. So we're super excited to have Ashley here with us today. Welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Ashley. It's so good to have you on here. Oh my gosh. So, to the background of all of us, y'all, we be twerking, okay? It's a thing. We're out here dancing, we're moving, and this is how we
Yes.
meet. We connect through movement and dance. And so, Ashley also is another way that we we have met with through dance. And
Mhm.
yeah, I just love that we all find our healing in that space, and that's where we meet and do our healing together. So more of that in the future.
Yes.
Very excited to have you on here, Ashley. And I want you to join in on our check-in question. So we do a check-in question every time we come together. And this month is March. It's Women History Month. And it also is Trans Day of Visibility on March 31st. And so I would love to hear from y'all. How are you celebrating Black women? How are you celebrating Black trans and non binary folks? What's this month looking like for you? And I'm going to pass it to Ashley just because you are a guest. I would love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. One way that I'm celebrating or have celebrated this month already is by hosting a empowering women conversation. And what I like to say is that in talking about as it relates to the workplace, how can we empower women? I'm going to do some air quotes, women here, because I it's really important to understand the difference between someone's identity, but also people that have been socialized as women. So it doesn't necessarily in this concept of how we empower each other, of how you identify today, it's also about how you were socialized to behave as you were growing up. And so, whether you're gender nonconforming, trans, all the genders along the spectrum in between, right? Empowering women or people socialized as women is very important. And so, having conversations like I had, I think last week, similar to this, is one way that I do that and talk about the different history and concepts that have been placed on people socialized as women over the years.
Yes, come on with the work. Come on. I love it. I love it. Yes,
Yes.
Larry,
I love
how
that.
about you?
Yeah. For me this month, one thing that I've been intentional about is checking on the women in my life. So making phone calls and catching up with aunties and just being present in that way has felt really good for me this month. So I'm really thankful for all the women in my life and how they hold up our family and how we hold space for each other. So those are some ways I've celebrated this month.
Love that. Yes, 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 yes. I love your family. I mean, y'all need to go back and watch the episode we did with Larisha and her family. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful family of women, and it's powerful energy that radiates between all of you. So I am celebrating your family as well, always. Yes, of course. And for me, I think I have been also just really trying to love on the folks in my life, like stay connected, um, sending people, memes and stuff on Instagram and just like trying to bring in some joy. Um, Anything that we can right now. I feel like it's a really hard time for a lot of the women and non-binary folks and trans folks in my life right now. And there's so many different things happening in legislation that it is, it's just so much to be holding. And so just caring and loving on the people in my life right now. And like trying to do some work, like trying to get ready to do some work with legislators and do some work with folks around their own healing so they don't continue to put this like toxicity on all of us. And so just trying to prepare my body, trying to prepare my spirit and the community, honestly, for the work that needs to be done. So that's where we're at this month and always. But so grateful for each of you all. Thank you. Amazing, amazing Black women in my life. Thank you for being here and being on this show. Yes, because this is amazing. We get to do this and celebrate everybody out there. So
Yes, thank you. Thank y'all. And for those watching, please do let us know in the comments. We would love to hear what you're doing to celebrate the Black women and Black trans and non-binary folks in your lives. Let us know. We would love to hear from you. So with that being said, let's get into this interview. So Ashley, we have our first question for you. And we would love to know if you can tell us about your journey to becoming a coach and working against toxic company culture.
Absolutely. Oh, it's been a journey. Okay. Journey is the right word for it for sure. I would say formally, it's been over 9 years of a journey. And one of the major things that happened was that I burned out. And I didn't just burn out once, I burned out 3 times post-college graduation. So experiencing that, the first time I didn't really know what it was. I kind of thought it was expected that, I don't know, I was just really tired from work, right? And then it happened again, and then it happened a third time. And the third time that it actually happened was just before a global pandemic and isolation, several months, let's be clear, several months of isolation and honestly, fear. So, isolation plus fear. And I knew at that point, okay, here's the language, is this burnout? But then also, this cannot be my life. Every couple of years I burn out. That can't be the way that I was intended to be on this earth. So I knew that there was something that I needed to do differently than what I was already doing. And to be clear, I made some improvements from the first time I burned out to the last time I burned out. And they all the moments felt different also because I was, I don't know, 22 to in my 30s. And so what it felt like was also different. And what I had to realize was that only I could make the changes that I needed to make. So that was like the first pivotal thing. And then the second thing was actually me acknowledging and kind of coming to terms with the fact that throughout my entire career, across states and across industries, I've always been a voice and an advocate. Even when I didn't want to be, even when it was hard, even when I thought I was going to be embarrassed by saying or asking the question, right? For being that voice, I knew that that was the pattern, that was the thread throughout it all. And even as I'm saying this right now, I still don't quite know what it is, but I know that I am here to be a voice and an advocate. So that 9 year that 9 year journey of me physically experiencing burnout, experiencing health issues, experiencing stress, shingles, weight loss, all the things. Fast forward to also coming to a reconciliation of sorts of saying, oh, you've been denying being a voice. You've been trying to be quiet. You've been biting your tongue, but that is not what you're here for. So those two things combined is what brought me to being a coach and what brought me to going into corporations and companies and saying, this got to change. This isn't it, right?
Yes. Okay, Ashley. Dang. All right. So many things are popping up in my mind just as I'm hearing that from you, because I really appreciate both the piece of like acknowledging the ways that I'm doing this is not working, but also that the systems that I'm working in are not supporting me, right? Like it's not all on me. I can do some other things to support myself, but the actual like issue is within the companies and the ways that they're working. And so I really appreciate just that piece, because I think we can really get into a place where we say, you're not doing enough. Like you just need to be doing more care for yourself. You need to be like taking breaks and this and that. And it's like, but are they setting it up so I can take a break? Are they making room for me to not have to come back to thousands of things? So it feels like I didn't even really get a break. There's so many things that happen just in how they treat workers and especially Black folks. And yeah, just really appreciate all of the different pieces that you acknowledge in your work and your coaching. So with that, I would love to hear more. Like when we read your bio and it said the folks who are excluded from being liberated and we're at work, right? We were like, whoa, okay, what is that? What does that actually look like? What does liberation in work and life mean to you? And we would love to hear. What is
Yes.
that?
So I played with liberation and freedom. Saying the word freedom felt like, I don't know, like I was freeing people. So the words are still similar. Nonetheless, for me, it means doing the things that you actually want to do and not just what you have to do or not what you think you have to do, right? Having energy to do the things that you want to do. I have a lot of clients, and this was me years ago, where I would work so hard during the week, physically, mentally, and energetically, that by Friday, I just wanted to sleep. I didn't have energy to connect with friends or family or to even go out, right? Um, and so, freedom or liberation to me is actually having the time, energy, and space to do what you actually want to do, the things that bring you joy, and dare I say, fill up your cup.
Yes, I love that. And I love that you shared the piece around like navigating work and then thinking about when you get home and when you get to the spaces outside of working, how do you feel? And that actually ties into our next question around what advice would you give our audience if they're experiencing toxic company culture or an imbalance in their work life? Like, what advice would you give them in navigating that? And I know that's a tough question, but we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, it's so big, right? It's so big. But a good question. So, one of the things I would say is that You are valued, period. As you are right now in this moment, whether that's you're stressed out, whether that's you didn't shower today, whether that's you went and got a mani-pedi and still don't feel good, wherever you are valued. And what comes up a lot is that people have said, oh, my job doesn't appreciate me, my job doesn't value me. That may be true, right? It's not right. They should value you. And we get to value ourselves. We get to create that internal validation. We get to create that internal appreciation for who we are as we are, whether we get the promotion or not, I did an entire 28-page best practices for hospitals. My name was nowhere on it. Whether they put your name on it or not, know that you still have value, right? Like, what does it mean for you to value yourself, right? So a lot of the one-on-one work that I do is about individuals and how you can begin to take your own power back, to take your own control back. Because a company, right, unless you're a consultant, unless you're getting paid to do this work, let's be clear, a company is outside of your control. Your supervisor is outside of your control, your physical control. Yes, you can have conversations. Yes, you can say something. Yes, you can address it. Yes, you can report them to HR or EEO or all the things. And also, if you do all of that stuff, they don't change. How are you going to feel better to go to work the next day? That's the you part. That's where you having a belief, agreement, understanding all of the things with who you are and that you bring value regardless of how they operate or how they're treating you. That's when the game starts to change. That's when those that believe in energy, that's when your energy is different. That's when your vibration is different, because you're no longer relying on someone outside of yourself to say, check approved, right? So the other one that I said it throughout, but control the controllables. Unfortunately, your boss is not in your control. You can't make someone understand. It's literally draining you of energy. I've had clients create entire PowerPoint presentations to make their case. That didn't work. And it's not to say give up on your job or give up on a company. It's to say care less about work and care more about yourself. And is there one more thing I want to add? You have nothing to prove. You have nothing to prove. So historically excluded to me means, right, if we go back through history, who was excluded? Black people, all of them, Black women, then queer folks, right? Like immigrants, various religions. So those historically excluded is who I am doing this work for. And although society, the patriarchy, capitalism, we can name all of them, have told us that, oh, you have to prove your worth. You have to prove that you could be here, prove that you could be in the C-suite. You are, because you are right now. And you are valuable and you don't have to prove anything. And if any of the statements that I just said sounds like BS or sounds like impossible, that's okay. Borrow my faith. Borrow the faith of people that have already been breaking the glass ceiling, that have already been standing up and using their voice. Borrow my faith in that you don't have to prove anymore. You don't have to work 3 times as hard anymore.
Come on now with these gems now. Stop Stop playing with us, Ashley. You over here changing lives. Just on the power of the voice. The power of the freaking voice. Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Yes.
I really, I wanted to ask, is work life balance real? But I feel like you just said it. Like it's within what is within our control, what is within our power, right? Yes, the systems may not be working in our power and for us and in our favor, but we can be doing that for ourselves. And I think even making the choice to say, like, actually, this is something that is not gonna, I can't move through, and I need to change that setting, and starting to figure out what those ways are to start to make that change, right? We understand there's lots of factors that come with that, but even just knowing that awareness of like, I'm doing everything I can, still not sustainable.
Exactly. And that is taking back your control. And that is within your control, within your power of saying, all right, I tried the things. Time to create an exit strategy because this it's not going to work. It's actually not going to. And that's okay. You're not a failure. You didn't give up. You didn't quit. You're complete with that now. That's it.
I love it. I love it. I love how you mentioned holding space for like I am valuable and this place doesn't value me. Like those can exist, and that can be the end of the sentence. And also that faith in knowing that even though this is not something I'm seeing in front of me, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And heavy on the envisioning and heavy on the having faith or having faith holders when you're like, I ain't got it right now. Like having those people that remind you that you are value and this can exist and you can create that plan and have that exit plan. I just love everything you said. I'm like, yes, Ashley, yes, yes. So thinking going forward, folks who are like, yes, Ashley, please pour into me. I am excited to work with you. I want to learn more. How can others work with you, and how can they find you?
Yes. Please stalk me on Instagram. Don't look at the followers. I drop gems. Just come in and check out. So begin dot Ashley is actually the Instagram. So if you're looking at this on YouTube, it is begin dot with Ashley. That was my bad. And then the best way to DM me all of those things. I'm a human and I respond. The other thing that I'm working on to launch in the spring is going to be some small group coaching sessions for folks historically excluded, right? So, folks that have been looking to care less about work and create more joy in their life, more freedom, more liberation in their life. I'm going to be hosting some group coaching sessions. So, I'm going to share the link to that with you all. So it'll be in the show notes. I think that's what they say on YouTube. And you could check that out as well. Sign up so that you can be the first to know about when that is launching sometime in the spring. So those are the two best ways. Send me a DM on Instagram and join the email list so that you can learn about this small group coaching program. I also offer one-on-one coaching. So if that is more of interest to you, that's always available as well. And if you are a company or corporation, interested in bringing in someone to have guided conversations around not only bias, but what is going on internally as to where these biases have come from, call me. Or don't call me, but email me, okay? Email me. You can DM me too. Find me on LinkedIn, Ashley McLemore, last name spelled McLemore. And I'll be happy to have those conversations with you and your team.
Yes, thank you. Y'all need to get connected. Get connected. Y'all heard the gems. Y'all heard the gems. You hear the coaching in there, right? We just got coached up. we just got a free session with Ashley, okay? We just got the free coaches. So y'all go ahead and make sure you pop in some gratitude in the comments for Ashley. What questions do you have, right? What stood out from you for you from this episode? What quotes are you taking away? I know I'm going to be putting some things down. I need to write some of this down. I do not need to prove anything to anyone. And that's just on a daily, anything, period. Period. Okay. So I'm just full right now. Thank you so much, Ashley. This was amazing. If y'all loved it, make sure you like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to our channel, and make sure to share this. Y'all, we're gonna spread this healing. We've already talked about this. We want to spread this out to folks who need it. So if you know someone who has been struggling in their workplace or who is just needing to be poured into right now, send them this video. Yes. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. So we're getting ready to get into our, the things to hold you in your healing this month, whenever you get to this, right? This week, today. So we're going to share our crystal of the episode, and that crystal for today is peridot. It is one of the brighter shades. It's a very, very bright, like kind of even translucent, glistening green. It is super powerful when it comes to associations with wealth, with joy and energy, right? So moving that joy and energy into wealth and creating that together. Peridot is also a heart chakra energy stone, which is all about clearing out blocks and finding emotional strength, both of which open you up to channeling your own energy in whatever much needed direction will serve you the best, right? Peridot is an abundance and prosperity stone, and its energy affects not just money and resources, but all areas of your life where you want more of what is good and wholesome for you. I love that. And because this was that, this message was that, this crystal is that. We want more of what is good and wholesome for us. Love it. Peridot. That is what we're working with. So go find you some peridot if you already have it. You want to work with that this month, this week, today, whatever it is. Bring that in. All right, y'all. Then we have our affirmation. Larisha, I'm going to pass it to you.
All right. All right, y'all. Our affirmation for today, this moment, whenever you are watching this, is I am inspired to create the life I envision. I move with ease towards everything that is for me. And we like to do things in threes here, so I'm going to read it 2 more times. I am inspired to create the life I envision. I move with ease towards everything that is for me. I am inspired to create the life I envision. I move with ease towards everything that is for me. Yes, yes, yes.
Shade to that. I love it. And last but not least, our reflection for this time. How do I envision liberation in my life? What steps can I take towards that vision? I'll read it again. How do I envision liberation in my life? Not anybody else's life, my life. And what steps can I take towards that vision? One more time for the people in the back. How do I envision liberation in my life? What steps can I take? What step, right? We don't even have to take multiple steps. What step can I take towards that vision? Let's make it easy, right? Bite size. Love y'all. This is amazing. This is amazing, amazing. Everything I took away from this, I need to sit with it. I need to meditate on it. I just know that there was some gems that was like, okay, no, we need to shift. There's some opportunities to shift here. So thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you for being here. Thank you for dropping the gems on us, shedding, just a little bit of a a little peekaboo of the coaching behind the scenes. Y'all get into these group coachings, get into these one-on-ones, bring Ashley into your companies so that we can be examining what is going on and support you in doing better. Right? So much there. I want to open it up. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna open it up for anyone else who wants to share anything before we close out.
This was amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited for where this is going. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what I got. All of it, all of it. So good. Thank you.
Just echoing the thanks. Thank you, Ashley, for being here and dropping all the gems. I'm so excited and thankful for you and thankful for where we are today and where we're going and how we continue to expand in our purpose work. And I just love y'all.
Love y'all so much. Love y'all. Love y'all. Everyone who's watching this, we love you. And we want you to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget. Peace, family. We love y'all.